Hey Tracy, hopefully this video is useful to you. I'm going to try to walk through some of the changes that we made in the structure of the campaign from how it was set up with Gary and how we've set it up now. What I'm looking at in this screen is I'm going to show you US and worldwide separately, and I'm going to look at show you October for Gary's setup and the last 7 days for our setup because we've really only started to get it tweaked into shape. So the one thing that you'll notice here is that there's a lot of smart campaigns. US Display Smart, which that one we still have active. US Smart Campaign, uh, and then US Smart Shopping. So the Smart Campaign was basically a combination of keyword display, uh, type of campaigns, and those are smart campaigns as Google defines them. Smart shopping is really a combination of standard shopping and retargeting. So the smart shopping pulled away from the retargeting efforts. These were pretty successful earlier in the month, and then they started waning as time went on. If you look at a smart campaign from an optimization or from a data perspective, there's not a lot that you can see here. So this is a smart campaign, and this is you sort of get to see, some basic stats, what happened, how it performed. These are the themes that you put in there. You don't really put in specific keywords, you put in keyword themes, and then these are the um, actual search phrases that it targeted as being relevant. Now, it doesn't do a terrible job. It identified these, but I can't change a bid or change a keyword match type or pause one or add negative keywords or do anything like that. Whereas let's step into just briefly the keyword search campaign that we set up. So we paused the smart campaign and we set up a keyword campaign. And also note that the smart campaign over here, this particular one, US Smart Campaign, pulled results from both the U.S. keyword search campaign or the keyword search campaign he had at the time, and from the branded search because there were branded keywords there. There were non-branded keywords, and you see he had also, in addition to the smart campaign, he had a keyword search campaign and a brand search campaign. These are all sort of beating against each other. Last month the keyword campaign had 21 conversions. That's because this was stealing all of the, or this one was stealing all of the keyword stuff. So take a quick look at this campaign, which we just launched and paused his campaigns a few days ago. In here, we have all these very specific ad groups, so we're able to know exactly what's driving impressions, clicks, what our click-through rates, our conversion rates, our cost per conversion, et cetera, et cetera. Over time, what we're going to do is come in then and optimize these campaigns manually to deliver the best results. Now, we are still using some AI because I think we're using a target CPA. Oh, no, we're still on manual. So when we start a campaign, we started on manual. Once we have significant data, a week or two, we'll probably switch that to a target CPA or like a maximize conversions. Not a big fan of maximize return on ad spend because it really focuses on the ROAS aspect and will constrain your visibility, which I'm just not a big fan of that. But target CPA, we could set that at some reasonable target, or we can keep it at manual. We're doing pretty well here. So with each of these ad groups, just to show you that we have a ton of visibility, we have very specific keywords in here. We can pause them like this. We can unpause them. Uh, we have them in, we can put them in any number of different types of matches. These are all broad match modifier. Later on, what we'll do is come out and find our high performers, create some exact match, some phrase match, all that sort of thing. The other thing is that you just have a lot of visibility to other things. Let me take a look at some of the stuff that, so in, sorry, so we can look at the devices specifically to see which ones are performing best. Um, there's all kinds of things that you can do when you, okay, here's what I want to show you. For example, what we'll be able to do in a week or two is look at the ad schedule and look at the day a week, for example, and see which days perform at a better, higher conversion rate, lower cost per click. We can look at the hour of the day, and then you can, build an ad schedule around your best performing hours. You can pause underperforming hours. All these sorts of things that are available in a standard search campaign that are not available in a smart campaign. And you see, we're doing really well. We've got 148 conversions here. We've got a decent cost per conversion. It's actually really down today for some reason, but that's um, probably just timing type of thing. So this was U.S. Uh, the U.S. 2020. Let's see, where am I at now? I'm sorry, am I confusing myself? U.S. 1 million. Oh shoot, I'm in the long run, wrong one. Okay, I hope you're following this. So we had. Oh shoot, I changed my dates here. I'm sorry, I screwed that whole thing up for you. So last month, to cover that again, we had the smart shopping, which was converting reasonably well, but the shopping that I'm running now is actually just doing shopping. So it's just standard shopping, doing really well in the last week, 84 sales. But we're also starting to see retargeting, which is separate campaigns, starting to pick back up with a nice return on ad spend. This retargeting, which is his uh, Golf Academy list, they're also starting to perform. So you have to combine the results from US retargeting, WSV, and standard shopping to compare to just the smart shopping. So once again, now we have a lot of control. We can bid things up, bid things down, which you don't have there. So really, we took it from a bunch of smart stuff, which isn't all that smart, but which he performed really well with, into more discrete campaigns where we can manage them and we can start to um, make adjustments and build on more campaigns and things like that. We still have the US display smart, which we've been able to optimize and really start to get some conversions out of that again. That's an opportunity for sure for additional conversions and ad spend. And then we'll dive back into things like YouTube display and things like that. I also want to show you how the worldwide stuff was structured. Hopefully that is slightly useful to you. So worldwide, basically what they did, what they were doing last time, or what Gary was doing, is he was just targeting everything worldwide in one campaign. So Europe, Canada, Asia, Australia, Africa, whatever he was targeting, it was all targeted in a single campaign. So you have some decent results, not a terrible return on ad spend, but you really couldn't tell what was happening over there. And of course, they were smart campaigns. So over here, what we did is we restructured the worldwide campaigns into specific regions, and now you can see we've got uh, worldwide, Asia, and Oceania. So we've generated a few conversions there at pretty decent cost per conversion or pretty decent return on ad spend. We have Canada separate, getting some nice conversions out of there with a nice return on ad spend. We kept the branded search worldwide for now. We might break that down, but it's performing super well. So now we're able to look, instead of just having one big chunk of campaigns targeting worldwide, we'll be able to look and see which ones are delivering for us. So you can see that Canada is doing well. We've got 19 sales out of Canada, nice conversion rates. We've got a few out of Asia. Maybe there's something we can do there. The worldwide smart and remarketing are doing okay. But some of these, like Europe, is not doing, where's Europe search? Uh, I'm just not seeing it. There's a search campaign. Oh, maybe we pause it. No, there shopping. Okay, there's a search campaign somewhere for Europe, but we might have already uh, paused it because it might have been really, really high cost. And then we have standard shopping campaigns for all the areas. Really, the only thing that's driving much conversion worldwide is Canada and a little bit in Asia, which I was hoping we'd get a bump from because of the warmer weather. Asia and Oceanic covers, everything from Japan to New Zealand to Australia. So we'll be able to push out underperforming stuff, just focus in on the performing campaigns here. And then if you just look at the last 7 days overall, we've just done pretty well. We've got a 5.24 return on ad spend, with not including some of the campaigns we disabled because they were eating up some spend. And then, so if you look at his overall uh, campaigns last month, while he drove a bunch of sales, he did it at 3.27 uh, return on ad spend. So we're just like, that's killer, obviously, right there. And he's made 70,000 in the last 7 days. So that's not terrible. There's factors that we can't really understand exactly. For example, we're working in a colder time of the year, so obviously that's going to cut traffic. I already showed you a graphic about how golf search drops, or golf training aids drop from, say, November to March, and then in April they just jump back up again and stay current through, stay high through October. So we have weather against us, but we have shopping season for us. We don't know how much those things influence because we're not even a year into the cycle. So maybe we're selling a bunch of stuff because it's the shopping season, but maybe we're not selling a bunch of stuff because the weather's cold. But either way, if you take 70,000 times 4.33, and you get what's that, $300,000 for the, if we can maintain even a 4 return on ad spend, that's pretty decent. So I think we're in good shape, and we've positioned ourselves to be able to manage the campaigns much better down the road. And there's some other things I really want to dive into. I want to try some YouTube, but I have to have a little bit of a budget to test it, uh, and be very careful. I don't want to bang on our return on ad spend by testing something that doesn't perform. But YouTube has so many permutations and possibilities in terms of the type of video, the length of video, the type of ad, the audiences that you target, remarketing, so many different things that we really have to test it. Then I think in display there might be some opportunities as well. And then we really need to get into our remarketing campaigns and beef up the ad copy and the images and stuff like that. We did that with US Display Smart, and it really kicked in some results over the last few days. But I wanted to look at the remarketing campaigns and really try to understand what he was doing there. There's a bunch of different audiences and things in them. So I really want to look at the US remarketing campaigns, try to figure out what he's doing, try to understand what the logic was, and then either just update them, rebuild them, something like that, because I think we can get more out of it. I don't know if this was useful at all, but that's sort of an overview of what we've done. I'm going to send you the link to this. And if you have any questions, let me know. And if you just slept for 13 minutes and 55 seconds, that's cool.